Chapter 8. Verse 1. These chieftains had been friends for a long time on other worlds, having pledged to join an adventure on a new corporeal world to raise sons and daughters to Jehovah. Now this mission was being fulfilled by the Lord and God, who were in distant locations eagerly anticipating this visit. Verse 2. God and the Lord came forth, saying, "In Jehovah's name, at last we meet." They embraced, reassuring each other that their 1,000-year-old promise was now true. Verse 3. All the hosts of God and the Lord recognized one another, saluting and embracing. They proceeded to the house of the Lord, which mortals had built from wood and clay. Inside they joined in prayer and thanks to Jehovah, singing, dancing and rejoicing to their soul's content. Verse 4. At sunrise, mortal priests and priestesses, led by a prophet, entered the house of the Lord to pray, sing, and dance as inspired by the Lord. Many, however, hesitated outside, saying, Verse 5, I fear Tahop. For last night I saw lights inside the house of the Lord and heard singing and dancing before the altar of God. Verse 6, but their companions convinced them, so they also joined in singing and dancing. Verse 7, after a time of rejoicing and quiet, the Lord said, Behold, God, the errors in judgment and miscalculations of even lords and gods. We see the mature man and think, he is stubborn, we cannot convert him. Then we turn to the immature, thinking, I will raise him my way, and he shall follow my judgment. But we soon grow weary of their slow growth. Verse 8, God replied, This is the highest testimony of Jehovah's presence. Man, the nearest blank among the living, was purposely created unlike all others and devoid of instinct. In the animal kingdom, a newborn is already wise, but not so with man. Verse 9, Jehovah said, I have given all living things a path, but man was created from dead and dissolved things to grow eternally. To beasts I gave instinct, to man I allotted angels, and above them others forever. Thus, the newborn man is a blank in sense and judgment, serving as a witness that I have fashioned him anew by my hand. I created him perfectly, not to re-enter the womb, for Jehovah's work is well done. Verse 10, the Lord said, You are wise, God. Opposites prove Jehovah. Water flows downhill, but man climbs uphill. The living tree grows upwards, but falls after death. Man stands on earth, while earth rests on the unseen. Jehovah says, The tree's life and the unseen holding the earth in place are both of me. Verse 11, Yet who can truly know Jehovah? Mortals think they will see the Great Spirit after death, but they remain helpless in heaven. They aspire to be wise like lords and gods to see Jehovah, but even as they ascend, the ethereal realms still stand before them. The more they realize, the more they are awed by the ever-living great I Am. Verse 12, Mortals hurry to teach others of Jehovah, his endless worlds and exalted heavens. But mortals in darkness say, I neither see nor hear him nor believe in him. He is like wind or water, nothing more. Verse 13, The Lord devised ways to inspire mortals, encouraging them to pray, sing, wear clothes, and perform good deeds for rewards from angels. Jehovah even gave sleep so that their spirits might glimpse heavenly things. But man burdens himself with food and intoxicants, burying his soul in darkness. Verse 14, The Lord despaired, How weak I am before you, Jehovah. I chose to be Lord over men on earth to learn about governing worlds, but I know I fall short. How will your God judge my little achievements? What pity will the archangels have for me, Lord of earth? Verse 15, God sensed his friend's sorrow and said, Almighty Jehovah, how you heighten our sense of weakness. Despite all, your Lord has achieved wonders with crude substance. I have seen naked men and women crawl, thinking only of food, but they now stand upright, speak and wear clothes, thanks to your Lord and his angels. Verse 16, But Jehovah said, Some tribes will remain in darkness until the last days, for man's conceit shall be confounded. He will see that dark tribes cannot rid themselves of darkness, causing reverence for my lords in the early days of earth. Verse 17, God and the Lord continued traveling across the continent of Jud, meeting mortals who had left their ASU nature to live in villages and cities. Verse 18, After seeing the Lord's work, God said, It is good. Your efforts and isolation from higher heavens are severe, but you are creating love in millions who will bless you. Verse 19, While God was there, his hosts enjoyed the company of the Ashars and Asafs in the Lord's kingdom, filled with great love and rejoicing.